Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Chef Christy, and it's time to cook. Today, I am making a delicious dessert. I'm making a Dutch apple pie with oatmeal streusel. This is my favorite kind of apple pie because I love the sweet and crunchy topping that goes over the apples. Now, I like a tart apple, and the apple that I'm using is a mutsu. Now, this is a little bit hard to find this particular kind of apple. I found these in Amish country in Ohio, and they're a cross between a Granny Smith and a Golden Delicious, and I just love them. But if you want a little bit less tart of an apple, then you can just use a Golden Delicious and it would work wonderfully. But this pie is so good. I cannot wait to share this recipe with you. So let me go over the ingredients that you will need to make this amazing pie. So you will need your apples. You will need to peel them and slice them until they equal about 5 cups. And then I will juice 1 lemon. I have 2/3 cup of sugar and 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour and 2 tablespoons of butter. And then my spices, I have 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then I have 1/8 teaspoon each of ground allspice and ground nutmeg. Now, if you like a little bit stronger of the nutmeg and allspice, then you can increase that to 1/4 teaspoon. This is just my personal preference. I like just a little. I think a little bit goes a long way with nutmeg and allspice. And then for the delicious oatmeal streusel topping, you will need 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour and 3/4 cup of oats, 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and then 1 stick of butter, which equals 1/2 cup of butter. All right, it is time to peel and slice my apples. All right, so I've got all my apples cut. Now I'm just going to juice this lemon. And I'm going to squeeze the juice over the apples, but I think I'm going to take these apples out of this bowl and put them into a little bit of a larger mixing bowl. And I'm just using this strainer to catch the seeds. Really only need about 2 tablespoons, so half of this lemon would probably work. So let me stir these apples in that juice. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add the sugar and the flour and the spices. I'm just going to stir these apples until they're all coated. So my apples are all coated with the sugar and flour and spice and everything nice mixture. And I'm going to pour them into an unbaked pie crust. And I will give you the link to the recipe and how I make my pie crust. It's super simple, and that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to pour these apples into this unbaked pie crust. All right, I'm just spreading these apples out evenly. All right, so then I'm going to take this butter and I'm just going to kind of slice it into little tiny pieces all over top of my apples. Okay, so the next step is I'm going to take a piece of aluminum foil and I'm just going to gently cover this pie. Now I'm going to put this in a 425-degree oven for about 15 minutes. So while my pie is in the oven, this is the perfect time to make my oatmeal streusel topping. So in a mixing bowl, I'm going to combine my flour, my oats, my sugar, and my cinnamon. Then I'm going to take a fork and I'm just going to mix this together. All right, so I'm going to add the butter. I'm going to cut it into pieces. This just makes it easier to blend. Now I've got little cubes of butter. Now you can mix this with a fork and try to just blend that butter in with a fork, or you can just go in with your fingers, which is my favorite method. Seems to work better. And I'm just pressing that flour and oats into the butter. I'm just going to keep doing this until it's kind of like a crumble mixture. All right, so this is what you're looking for, a nice crumble. So after 15 minutes in the oven, you're going to remove the pie and take off the aluminum foil. And then you're going to put this delicious oatmeal crumble all on top of these apples. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, this already looks delicious. But now I'm going to take my aluminum foil and I'm going to cover the pie back up. Now I have reduced the heat in my oven to 375 degrees, but I'm going to put this pie back in the oven and bake it for an additional 30 to 35 minutes until those apples are nice and tender. Just look at this pie, Dutch apple pie. That is what I'm talking about. It is beautiful. Oh yeah. Let's cut into this. Oh yeah, look at that. Is there anything better than ice cream with apple pie? You have to have ice cream with apple pie, right? Oh, that is so good. Those apples are tender. What a classic dessert. And that oatmeal streusel topping, it just makes this pie. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day. God bless, and as always, I will see you soon with more recipes.